What must be unlearned? Considering what has been said thus far, it becomes quite apparent that you cannot learn greater things by building upon old ideas and limited concepts. An old mind cannot conceive of new things. Indeed, to learn a greater community way of knowledge and to find the greater purpose which has brought you into the world, you must not only have a new set of ideas and a greater perspective, you must actually have a greater mind. This greater mind will seem ancient but new to you at the same time. Your mind is different from your true being, and as such it is ultimately a vehicle for knowledge. This is its highest function and highest service. To be a vehicle for knowledge, the mind must be fresh and renewable. It must be able to think clearly and freely and be able to rethink or recreate its thoughts. It must be pliable and open, accessible to new experience, open to new thresholds of understanding and willing to release its own ideas in order to gain a greater perspective and a greater wisdom at every important threshold of life. Here the mind must be renewable. To have your mind be renewed, you must realize that you have a greater foundation than the mind, and you must reclaim your relationship with this foundation, which is your relationship with knowledge. Without knowledge, you will identify with your mind. You will think that your mind is who you are. You will think that your thoughts represent you, define you, govern you and determine your experience. This belief is evident everywhere. Even in your own life you can see how much you have been dominated by your thoughts, by your beliefs, by your compulsions and by your evaluations. However, knowledge is beyond them all. You have a new footing now, a footing in knowledge. With this, the mind can become something that can serve you rather than dominate you. The mind can become a vehicle of great service, a marvelous instrument of communication, a medium between your ancient home and the world in which you now live. This is the relationship that you need with your mind. Without this, your mind will continue to reinforce its old ideas by interpreting every new experience, every new encounter, and every new relationship in such a way that these ideas are validated. What a great loss this is to you, for you are denied access to people, you are denied access to new experience, and you are denied access to knowledge. Here you are frozen in the past and bound to reinforce it at all times. Without a greater authority in your life, this is what the mind will do. It will calcify and become hard and brittle. It will become impenetrable and impermeable, something that defends its point of view without any regard to reality or to changes in circumstances. This imperils you and imprisons you. This denies you and isolates you. This prevents you from having access to others and learning from them. This denies your gift and your ability to receive the gifts of others. However, indeed, you do have a greater authority in your life. Your authority is knowledge, the greater mind which you have brought with you into the world from your ancient home to guide you, to protect you and to prepare you for your greater service and mission here. Gain access to knowledge and you will become free of the mind. Once you have gained sufficient freedom from the mind, then you can use the mind to serve a greater purpose. Then the mind is redeemed and renewed, its value is restored and its true efficacy and true abilities can be cultivated. What must be unlearned is your identification with your mind. What separates you from life but your own thoughts? What dominates your attention but your own thoughts? Creating new and better thoughts might seem to open new doorways of experience, but in fact it is the relationship with your mind itself that has to be changed. Better thoughts will not release you. Better thoughts will not free you. Better thoughts will not open your life. It is true that you will need new thoughts to think, and your mind will need to open new pathways so that new experiences can come to you. But having new thoughts is not enough. You must gain an entirely new foundation within your life. Stand within your mind and it will seem to engulf you. Stand outside your mind and you will be able to see through it, direct it and use it. Knowledge within you will enable you to do this. In fact, knowledge will do this for you because knowledge is who you really are. However, before you can experience your total union and identification with knowledge, it will seem to be a distant force within your life, a force that arises and emerges only at certain times of great need and discord and times when you sincerely request its presence and guidance. You have a relationship with knowledge now. You are not yet fully joined with knowledge, so you have a relationship. A relationship is preliminary to total union. Therefore, gain your foundation in knowledge. Take the steps to knowledge. Learn the way of knowledge. Learn to receive knowledge, to interpret knowledge and to apply knowledge, and you will become ever more free of your mind and more objective about it. With this objectivity, you will be able to determine those thoughts and patterns of thought that are helpful and those that are hindrances to you. You will be able to release your thoughts and be free of them because you are no longer a servant of your mind. Your mind now is a servant of knowledge. This is its great purpose, and this is the right relationship you need to have with your mind. You must unlearn your identification with the mind. You must unlearn your identification with your body. Your mind and your body are vehicles of expression in life. That is the correct way to see them. As such, you will want to take very good care of them. You will want to preserve them and maintain them in a good state of health. You will be able to do this when they are no longer engulfing you and determining your identity. Then you will be able to stand outside of your mind and body and direct them. Then you will understand them and recognize their needs, their capabilities, their limits and their usefulness. This is what you must undertake, and this is the natural result of studying the greater community way of knowledge. When people begin the study of the greater community way of knowledge, they want to use knowledge to reinforce their thoughts. However, the way of knowledge teaches you to use your thoughts to reinforce knowledge. It sets a different direction and a different goal, one towards freedom and redemption, towards empowerment, ability and self-love. Along the way, many things will be unlearned, and this frees you from the past. What have you learned but your past? Your past represents your learning, all of your evaluations, your beliefs, your ideals, your fears, your compulsions and your patterns of behavior. However, every moment and every second that you are engaged with knowledge frees you a little bit more from the shadow of your past and from the binding ideas and constraints of your past. Every moment with knowledge brings you into the present and orients you towards the future. Your past cannot be a reference for the future because the past is gone, and your memory of the past and your evaluation of the past hardly represent its reality. In fact, in almost all cases, you misinterpreted the past and used it to reinforce existing ideas. Therefore, your memory of your past is more a memory of your evaluations than an accurate memory of events. With knowledge, you will be able to see your past in a new way, with greater objectivity and greater clarity. You will not see the past you want to see. You will see the past that existed. This will give you an evaluative tool and point of view that you would not be able to have otherwise. From this vantage point, you will be able to see the past, the present and the future in such a way that it will enable you to be in the present meaningfully and purposefully in keeping with knowledge within you. In this way, you will be able to be true to yourself and not simply obedient to your thoughts. You will be able to honor and experience a deeper inclination and a deeper movement in your life, rather than be bound to past ideas and to those people who represent those ideas. This is a great freedom and liberation. You need this to prepare for the future and to have any hope of learning a greater community way of knowledge. You must be unencumbered. God's first purpose is to unburden you. This is the process of unburdening. Liberation from the past will occur as you engage with knowledge, because knowledge is not oriented towards your past. It is not focused on what has happened to you in life thus far. It only seeks to lead you forward. As you can be led forward and find your way, then the past will become ever more distant and remote to you. The memories, the difficulties, the tragedies and the happiness will all fade. This will enable you to be more and more present in the moment, more whole within yourself and more open to others. What must be unlearned is your relationship with your mind, but this definition is not enough.